Hi.
Good to see you again,
Good to see
Brielle.
you.
Good to see you. Good to see you again.
Good afternoon. We are happy to be here today. My name is Kay Bransford. I'm with Brielle, Danese, and Steve Sobel with MemoryBanc. We look forward to speaking with many of you in 24 months when we're looking to raise Series A financing. But today we're here to ask you to vote for MemoryBanc for the #1 slot in the GW Business Plan competition, as well as for the older adult-focused innovation. 3 years ago, I got a call from my mom asking me how to put money in the bank. We had concerns with my parents. They said they were doing okay. But in that one phone call, we realized that they really didn't know how to manage their day-to-day finances anymore. Over the next 12 months, I pulled together their personal bills, their medical information, their household records to help them manage their lives. It was a wake-up call to our family because it took us a long time to pull that information together. I held durable power of attorney. My parents had done the estate planning. However, many banks and their insurance company wouldn't accept it. It was older than 2 years old, or it wasn't on their letterhead. So we needed to recreate that information. Enough of my friends and colleagues knew what I was going through or saw the book I put together because I had so much information to collect for them that they started asking me for copies. They were faced with the similar issue with their families. So I brought my product to market, the MemoryBanc Register.
Today, $58 billion sits with state and federal treasuries, comprised of abandoned bank accounts, forgotten pensions, and life insurance plans. These assets fell by the wayside during a move, personal crisis, or death. This is a lot of money that people are losing, a whole lot of money, just from being disorganized. A recent issue of Consumer Reports showed that both spouses knew the major account details and where they were located in only 30% of households. MemoryBanc, we work to collect and organize your information so that it's all in one place. We guide our customers in collecting your personal, financial, household, online, and medical information, which we keep in our head or on a notepad or in a filing cabinet or in a safe. This product worked for my own family. Last year, my grandfather passed away, which left my grandmother not only dealing with the grief of losing her husband, but also going through the transition of having to be the person in charge of all of their finances. So prior to this, my grandfather handled all the bills, all the banking, so my grandmother had to step into this position. I bought my mother this MemoryBanc register. I bought my grandmother this register and helped her put it together. After she completed it, I knew that she felt a great sense of relief and she felt confident that she could handle her finances. This also gave my parents a great sense of comfort to know that when the time came to step in to help her, they would adequately be able to do so.
Brielle's grandmother is only one example of people that are in transition. Let me ask a question here. How many of you are over the age of 40? A lot of folks here, not casting aspersions. This is a startling statistic. 43% of you will be disabled for 90 days or more before you are 65 years old. This is a statistic from the National Underwriters Institute. This is staggering. Almost half of you will be disabled. What happens when that happens? Who's going to manage your affairs? Where's your life insurance? What about your insurance? The MemoryBanc solution brings to bear a product that has all of these areas of your life in one place. In terms of our market size of people that are over 40 that could be on the market for this product, this is one of our channels, is the retail channel. There are nearly 200 million Americans over the age of 35. There are over 120 million with life insurance. There are nearly 100 million Americans with a will. There are 80 million people with a living will. There are a lot of people that have this information. Where are they storing it? How do people get access to it when something goes wrong? And how do you provide that level of security so that your affairs are in order should something happen? The retail market is just one of our channels. The other channel is the wholesale market. We would like to work with real estate firms, life insurance agencies, professional financial advisors, lawyers, people that can co-brand our product basically use people that are in this professional services capacity to be our sales force? What if Remax had their agents use this as a gift to give to people once they purchase a home? What if financial services professionals used it as a business development vehicle? Again, this is the wholesale channel is something we're seriously looking at and is definitely the fastest means for us to scale. Another channel in terms of working on the wholesale market advocacy groups. AARP, groups in financial services, groups in life insurance, groups in real estate, using professional networks to leverage our solution and bring it to the wholesale market. In terms of our industry, while there are no players that are directly in our industry, of course, there are print books that may do estate management. There are online solutions. The most mature industry that we can compare this to right now is the identity theft industry. Clearly, this is a $4 billion industry right now. It's expected to grow 2.5% each year over the next 5 years. There is clearly a need for people to, if it's $4 billion, people want to keep their information safe. They want to keep it secure. So that, this is something where we look at it as an adjacent market to our product, and there is money out there in terms of what we're looking to do.
Thanks, Steve. MemoryBanc fills a huge market void. You have estate planning and financial planning, but the rapid acceptance of mobile tools, the things that we do, our online communications, have created huge gaps in the way that we manage information. By show of hands, can I have you raise your hand if you've reset or asked for a password hit in the past 30 days? A lot of us have trouble just managing our own information. So there's a lot of things that we're keeping in our heads, on our phones, under our keyboard, in a filing cabinet, in a safe. That is the gap that MemoryBanc is going to address. We have a book-based product that our clients have been purchasing. It guides them through this process. So they have a section on personal financial online. Where's your will? If you have it in your safe, what's your safe combination? Where does your income come from? What are all your usernames and passwords? Are your online accounts associated with a credit card? All that information can be stored in this book so it can be accessed by an individual or handed over to a loved one. As we've been selling this product in the marketplace, several clients asked to make it electronic so they could have it travel with them. So we have a PDF version that can be encrypted and they take with them. The biggest thing that our clients have come back to us and asked for, however, is a subscription service. They want more prompts and reminders to keep this book up to date. The book is great, it captures the information, but now we need to take it to the next level to provide them with the reminders and prompts to make sure that they keep this information up to date. Brielle?
MemoryBanc sells direct to our online store as well as through Amazon. We also reach our customers through various social media websites such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, StumbleUpon. We also get in touch with our customers and market our product through various public relations, such as public speaking invitations, place news stories, as well as TV interviews.
I wanted to walk you through one of our channel distribution. As we talked about, our partners will be very valuable in this model. So I wanted to use AARP as an example of how we might partner with them. They have 37.5 million members. If we consider that AARP wants to have their clients do a 5-year renewal, so they want to offer an incentive. They would buy our book plus margin, and they would give everyone that does a 5-year renewal a copy of the MemoryBanc register. When we do that, we also actually create our own CRM system that allows us to have an ongoing conversation with those individuals that have our product. We could do quarterly news around the topic. We could provide them with yearly reminders about, have you updated your information? Has your life insurance changed? So looking at that example, 1.1 million people, with just 3% of AARP, get our book. And then let's say 80% of them don't even pick up the book. However, 5 to 10% of them are most likely going to pick up that book and fill it out. They'd be interested in that online service that's going to prompt them and provide them with updates to their books and reminders. So if only 5 to 10% of those people decided to buy into the annual service, that could be 50,000 or 100,000 customers for MemoryBanc. A quick look at the sales funnel. So that's how we're going to be filling the majority of it, is through our partner programs. We also have the direct book sales. And then, as we mentioned, where we're going to move into the profitability is having them subscribe to the online services that give them the updates and provide them with either automated reminders or moving into something where we could work on more personalized subscriptions where we can encrypt their tools and provide patented security for their personal information, as well as send them reminders. If we know they have a Wells Fargo, a bank, we could send them a reminder about renewing that password update.
In terms of competitors, we view our prime competitor as password management applications, whether it be an application, whether it be a program on a computer. That said, we're looking at our solution as more secure, higher touch, personal, and visible. The password management applications, they collect your passwords. They're not guiding you through the process of securing your information, of asking what happens if you need guidance on your will, you need guidance on your life insurance. It's basically just one piece of the puzzle where we're bringing a comprehensive solution to the market. In terms of other competitors in our category, again, we are a high-touch, highly comprehensive product. Password management, low-touch, and certainly not comprehensive in terms of guiding people through the process. There are estate planning books and online estate management programs. Again, these are just one-time. They're not giving you follow-on, and it's basically this was a product created to solve a problem that Kay was having with her parents. And it's something that a lot of people in the market are going to be looking for when they're looking for an all-encompassing solution as baby boomers are coming of age. And our lives are complex, taking the complexity out of managing all of the information that comes with an estate.
These are several of the individuals that I've worked with over the past year that have helped and guided me and counseled me on how to put this business together. And I look forward to, as we move through the process, being able to offer them paid positions as we raise financing. Looking at our sales growth, one of the things that we've been working on is we do have the book model. And we do also, as we mentioned, we'll be working on the subscription model to help support our customers as their needs change and grow every year. Our model is built on a personal investment in this year as well as raising friends and family next year. And we're looking to raise Series A in the year 2015 so we can develop our personalized subscription and encryption products that will best serve our customers. As we look at the subscription sales, we are looking at developing a renewable model that allows us to continue to work with our customers and support them over the years. Once someone will put their information into the product and have that subscription, it is very likely that they will continue to do business with us. And so we see a lot of our model actually switching to more subscription-based revenue as we move through the years. One story that I wanted to share with you is one of my clients who is, his wife was 40 years old and she had a stroke. His wife took care of the kids. She managed all the doctor's appointments. She paid all the bills, and she did all the household maintenance. When she was unable to speak, he had no idea where to even begin into helping run the household. He bought the MemoryBanc register so that he could actually take control and understand everything that he needed to manage in their household. It gave him the prompts to walk him through that process, and it also gave him the ability to feel more secure about their information. What I'd like to close with is telling you about the market opportunity. As we've told you, we're serving an emerging market. This is a very new problem that has come about because of the complexity of our world. We have over 100 million people just in the US that have wills. So we know there's people out there that are very concerned with this problem and want a solution to solve it. We have the product in the market. We're looking at a comparable market of about $4 billion. We're looking to the content partner model, which is a very proven model in the marketplace. We know that this is portable to other countries. The US isn't the only ones with this problem. We look to be cash flow positive by 2015 and have an EBITDA return of $4.2 million by 2017. For all these reasons, I ask that you vote for MemoryBanc as the winner of the GW Business Plan competition, as well as consider us for the older adult-focused innovation. Thank you very much. Yes?
I'm sorry, if you could go back, you were looking for a second round of funding in 2015. What was first round of funding in 2015? How come so long?
I believe with the 2 investments that we've made, that we're going to be raising friends and family first, that we'll be able to do the initial products that we have in our roadmap. And then 2015 was really when I thought we would need that investment to do the infrastructure and do the patent items that we wanted to develop. So we didn't think it would be needed till 2015.
So your target market is what? I could argue that it's the bookend or the sandwich generation managing their parents, or is it those who are getting older saying, well, I'm going to prepare for 30 years from now, so if I kick off early, my wife or my kids will be able to deal with my issues.
Yeah.
So which is it? And then how do you deal if it's the first group, because that has a strong behavioral change element to it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. When I first entered the market, I thought it would only be the children helping their parents. But what I found when I started selling the product is that the majority of the people that bought it were between 40 and 65, and they were women that were buying it to manage their own household. So I think that there are different market segments, and everyone's facing a different need. And so there's different reasons why people buy the product initially. And what we hope to move into is this is a management tool for your life, not a crisis catch-all tool after there's been an issue. So I don't know if that exactly answers your question, because I think we actually can serve both those markets.
Which I think is an important pursuit. So it sounds like you want to go after, we'll manage your life more easily in case or in general.
Yes. We want to make it easier for everyone to manage all the information that we keep around us.
I think the financial planners is a great way to go as well, too, because people who use them tend to be the organized worrywarts as well.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes?
I like the idea. One of the things that seems obvious to me, it's possibly easy to copy some of this, right? Once you have a book, obviously you wouldn't be able to copy the book page by page. I'm in the book business myself, but the idea of managing finances, household, important stuff is certainly something they can copy. So speed to market is important, and these strategic partnerships that you're talking about would be the linchpin, right?
Yes.
And just curious to hear from you who on the team is experienced in bringing those strategic partnership to market, and or what are your thoughts on how quickly you could land someone as big as some of the examples that you have mentioned earlier?
I mean, I've actually done business development before in past positions. So I think that is one of the things that we'd like to actually hire and add to the team, is to get someone who's done that before and to focus on it solely. I've already had experience in having financial planners come to us and ask about doing a book and reselling the book for us. We've had realtors come to us and ask to do this model. So in some ways, we've been very fortunate to have a lot of those people recognize the need and want to buy the solution directly. But we do need to hire someone who can actually pursue that market and develop it better for us. Yes?
Can you tell us a little bit about your team as to who is contributing what talent to push this company forward?
So I founded the company, and so that's been the primary, and I looked to 2 people that I had worked with before to help me develop the business model. So I don't know if Brielle, you want to talk to the pieces of the business that you guys have helped me with?
Sure. So I knew Kay when she started the business. So she asked if I wanted to help her just put together the books and then go to various events and answer questions and help her promote the product. And I became interested, and then I became part of this team.
I worked with Kay. We both worked at Washington Speakers Bureau. I lead our product development and positioning for the speakers that we work with. So my expertise is in marketing, strategy, and positioning. So Kay and I have been working over the last year on marketing and strategy and how do we make this a sellable product.
And one of the biggest assets Steve brings to my team is he's one of the few people that will always tell me no. A lot of times people don't tell the founder sometimes. That's a really bad idea. He's been very good at saying, you know what, let's maybe look at this a little bit deeper. So I wanted to make sure I had people on my team that were comfortable enough to work with me and be able to support me where I have blind spots.
Other questions? you have one, Patrick?
The product differentiator in your model is the high touch, because the alternative is password safes and so on. But that's the least scalable part of the model. So how do you address that problem?
So when looking at high touch, a lot of that is making sure that when I think of those concepts, it's the consumer has the ability to get to that information when they need it. So a lot of it involves, it's not just us providing prompts and reminders to them when it's needed. It's actually letting the individual be able to touch and feel their information, which none of the other solutions actually lets them do. The password protectors is kind of encrypted in your software, and the online management, it's very far away from you. So those are one of the things how we differentiate the high touch.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.